Salute and thank you, NERDSoul. Yeah, late ill kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing in StreetGeek and NERDSoul. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Let's go. This is the show called Anime-ish, where everyone's watched something and I haven't.
So okay, so this is where I'm gonna take over. So he already admitted it. Mike has been busy, Mike has been doing great stuff. But
This is where everybody tells me what's been going on in these anime streets.
Okay, so Mike has changed the port. Mike has become truly just the host. He can't even be a participant.
What happened, y'all? Well, I caught up with Lazarus up until like last week, I think. And what's the last episode I saw? Okay, the last episode I saw was, what's the name of this episode? Hold on. The last episode I saw was called now it's escaping me, but I was at least trying to catch
12?
up on it. I don't think so. Let me see. Where's Lazarus?
It's 13. Cause see, I know I'm gonna try to. I mean, I'm not gonna be nice. I'm gonna be honest.
I saw episode 11.
Okay, so
running with the devil. So I saw the fight with him and the grenade man. Because they do, first thing, apparently grenades are mad inexpensive because he got them joints on deck. But I did see that.
Before we get to all that, let's just introduce ourselves.
Oh yeah, cool.
Because Mike has not been a participant. He all over the map, as you can see. He ain't even do his thing. I'm Keith Cooper. I'm one half of Blurtish. We still celebrating our 9 years in June. June is the last day of June. So shout out to again everybody who I saw at Mississippi Comic Con. Thank you again. Had a wonderful time, man. First of all, shout out to Jackson. Wonderful. It's great to see blurs, black families who come to the table and they appreciate what we do, and everybody who contribute to the Blurtish table. I kid y'all not, that is one of my favorite wonderful things of the year. I don't get to go to Atlanta all this yet, or Houston, to do that because, for one, cons are expensive. I'll probably talk about that in closing thoughts. Cons are expensive. I'm gonna say that again. Tables cost $400 and up for just medium events.
Yo, we need more library cons, y'all.
Bruh, it's serious. So thank you again for anybody who contributed and made that a success. Go to the IG blur.ish and see a picture. I haven't even tagged it. I've been so busy. It's been like I had to just like rest. After I do that event, it was 3 days this time. My legs were exhausted. So, but I'm Keith Cooper and I'm here with the homie. Oh, see.
That was my opening, y'all. It's marked up, part man, part thug.
We rusty, y'all.
Yeah, super duper rusty.
It's all good. We got a new time now, so this time should be a lot better.
We hope. But y'all, it's marked up. Part man, half amazing, spicy like the Creole, not the Cajun. Y'all, the spring is over and the summer comes.
Mark is right. So now, Mike, I really be trying to respect you on these spoilers, but we behind, y'all.
I know.
We behind.
Just say whatever you want to say. I'll watch it later.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
So I guess a couple of things. Actually, I'm gonna say Fire Force probably for last because Fire Force has got a while, but two of our favorite of this season has ended. First of all, I'm gonna give I know Rachel in here. I'm gonna give Rachel suggesting some love. It hurts my heart, but Fighter D, I had to drop you. Because I like the manga. I'm gonna finish the manga. Watching it just does not have the same punch as it did season 1, and I hate to be that snob sounding like a guy, but the way that it hits in the manga, it's something they ain't translating. And it's a weird, bizarre thing, but it's like, you know how it is, I guess. You know what it is? Like when you read a horror book, I know most people don't read horror books, but I guess if you read Stephen King, and some people always say, Stephen King is reading it, it's so goddamn horrible. It's like, it's crazy. But if you then But Stephen King famously had a lot of people adapt his stuff wrong before they start getting it right.
Yeah.
And like it's been like he even said himself like, yeah, man, like it's been like trash. Like they've been adapt like you know you cold when they've been adapting your stuff for like 40 years.
Yeah.
And then now it's hit.
And I think he got 2 movies on the way, right?
Man, they always redoing it and Mr. Mistake, like that whole universe, whatever.
They're doing that movie where they're walking down the street with the military behind them. I saw the trailer for that. And then there's another one that he just teased called The Running Man. So like Stephen King, he regardless how you feel about him, the man be writing. He be writing them books.
Hey man, I like Stevie.
Man,
I like his politics. So hey, Stephen King give it to you and don't give a damn. Like you gonna take it how you gonna take it or don't.
You know what, Stephen man? King, I say this. Stephen King is one of them white dudes where I have not seen him get out of pocket, man. He
ain't never done nothing funny style.
And this man writes crazy stuff.
And he is an ally. He identifies himself as an ally, and he puts in the work. And like, he's not self-aggrandizing either. But
you know what?
Like, he lets you know what side he's on, and it's like in history he's gonna have been on the right side of so many times and
abused the black character.
Not a lot of white men do. So I rock with Stephen King.
So Mark, he's never abused the black kids in his movies, have he?
No, he really doesn't.
Yeah. He tries to actually make them a little heroic and smart. Yeah, go figure.
I don't think he's ever done any kind of like coon type characters or nothing.
Like they're generally
kind of silly stuff. Yeah, he's
now
never
they might
done any...
suffer along with the being unfortunately if you dare with a killer ghost clown, space alien ghost clown that can bite your face off. But
the black character in it is one of the most clever characters in his series. So
he's pretty much the precursor to Lucas.
You know what? He kind of is.
He pretty much is Lucas.
Yeah, he is Lucas.
Really is, bro.
So, and Lucas, I mean, I haven't caught up on
strange things. I know we going way off. Hold up.
I know we tangent.
I know we going way off because we haven't talked in a while, y'all. Look, we have to talk about whoever is in the makeup department, hair department for Stranger Things. All right, look, as someone who was there when like box phase was going on, whoever is in charge of Lucas's hair, that is not how box phase looked. All right, they didn't look like that. Like, I don't know, like there's pictures of the 90s. Like y'all, I don't know what y'all were doing. Wig, bruh, that it looks like somebody painted a sponge black and then just like glued it to the. I'm like, who?
Man, I will post pictures of a young Mark Dove circa 1989, 1990.
Man.
That's how you're supposed to do it.
My box was fresh, my step was fresh, and my Gumby was fresh. All right, look, all of them. Now,
Mike say he was ready to back up dance with Bobby Brown.
Yo, I was like,
Mike, I'm telling you, bro. Hey, I got in trouble. My dad asked me, like in 7th grade, "What you want to do, man?" I said, "I think I want to be a dancer in a rap group."
Oh wow!
Just like. Nah, you taking your to school, bro.
You're like, nah, you going to school.
Yeah, you a hater.
Like you don't want me to, Daddy don't want to see me shine.
So, but all that said, man.
Like, yeah. If I have time for a quick Mark Dub story.
Go ahead. It's story time. We doing this.
Okay, so I talked about my older brother Eric. Rest in peace, big bro. My older brother Eric was like a superhero to me. Mm-hmm. My older brother Eric, he was one of the coolest cats in school, and he was a pop locking icon. He was a man in school.
All right.
He was dating the prettiest girl in school, and he had the coolest haircut. He was on, but he was the head of like a pop locking crew. And I talk about my dad, y'all. My dad was a jazz musician. He played with all the greats. Nothing we ever did impressed him because he had done everything. My brother entered the citywide talent show. Bro, he had put together a routine of Michael Jackson's I Want to Rock With You. He came out. He combined, like, he was pop locking, but he was like doing Michael Jackson elements. He was dressed like Mike, and he had on a trench and a hat and some loafers. And man, that sucker was moving like he had electricity running through his body, boy. He was popping and dancing. He at one point he started waltzing with the trench coat. He popped locked out of the trench coat and was spinning and waltzed with it. And then he threw it in the crowd. And then he spun and he threw his hat. He ended the routine. He jumped. It was the coldest stuff I had ever seen. He ended the routine like, you know how Mike jumped up on his toes?
Mm-hmm.
He did that, but he jumped out of the loafers and landed next to them. And
bruh, I see he was showing off now.
The crowd went bananas. They had a lot of other kids. It was a citywide talent show, so they had kids that sang, Whitney Houston. They had kids that played the horn. My brother was so he was so on. He looked like magic, man. I kid you not. It's the best I had ever seen him, and he won that thing. He came. He told. He was like, Mom, Dad, I won. I was citywide. My dad, he ain't break character once. He looked at my brother. He said, "You know, they had some real talented kids in here. They had kids playing the dang saxophone.
Okay,
they had
cool.
Kids singing like Whitney Houston. And you done won this damn thing, shaking your ass."
Wow. Wow.
Man, Dad ain't never stopped, boy.
When I tell you, he stole all the lust out of my brother's curl.
Wow.
You know what?
He knocked the lust off the girl.
You know, Papa Dub never change. Never change. Don't ever change.
All that to say.
That was my paw.
Oh boy, don't you ever change.
So for that long tangent about how something is adapted and it don't fit right, I basically picked up what Rachel suggested from Old Country Bumpkin to Swordmaster. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna just say this real quick. It is.
Y'all, thank you for indulging me.
Word.
Thank you for indulging an old man. I made my 49th trip around the sun. Thank you for indulging an old man. I'm almost at AARP age. I
ain't far behind you.
Man, I can't wait to get my senior rates. You know what I'm saying?
When I get that senior call,
I can use some senior rates right about now. I need some on my phone bill. I need some on my electric bill. I need Nike to reduce half my price.
Where are the senior rates for Dominion Power?
Where's senior rates for Nike? Why I can't get half off on Nike? But anyway,
they'll give you half off on them Nikes that like the old dudes be wearing, like them chunky.
They don't even do half on that. They still be 60. Those should be $20. Those Monarchs. That should be a $20 shoe.
I thought they should be comfortable because all them old dudes wear them.
They
are
not.
They feel like high tops that.
Shout out.
We wore in the 80s, but they're not high tops.
Shout out to Reebok and the original classic go thing. But back to anime. Let me get to this.
Back to anime.
But I just want to give a shout out to Rachel. Old Country Bumpkin Master. I'm gonna just say this real quick. I'm actually entertained by it. It is a C+ to be my. It is a B anime when it's like serious fighting. Other than that, it's just a good solid C+. Like, it's one that I don't even, I turn on the English dub because it's out there, so I ain't gotta really use nothing because they're not really doing nothing that I need to watch it in Japanese. For one, because that sounds crazy.
I don't need to see this.
It's basically emulating a European setting. I know y'all, look, this is gonna sound crazy, weebs and otakus, but if the setting is clearly what they're going for, like European, blah blah. The only one I don't do it because I like to keep up with it is Spy Family. But if it's like already there, yeah, I'm gonna go with what they're clearly homaging to the fantasy and the European style. I know, because that just don't, it just clashes. But I like the character. I like this movement in anime. It's not really a shonen. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's not like really a serious signing, but it's like a little bit of slice of life. But it is sword battling. The sword battles are good when they do it. So shout out to Rachel for that. I like the name of it, but the character, he's like kind of a plain Jane character, but he's good. Like, but he's super duper cold with his sword, but not in a disrespectful way. Like, he doesn't see himself as this thing, but everybody he has taught is like one of the best fighters. Like, he is that. He's an excellent teacher of young people. But he was like just a slow starter in life. Like, he's not married. He's living with his parents. His dad, like, oh, hey, remember that student you taught? Like, yeah, she's like the head of the Royal Guard. She wants you to come work for her. Get out. Dang. You like, hey, like, it's like, oh, by the way, the king gave a royal decree, so you can't turn it down, bruh. So you gotta go. He's like, go get you a wife while you at it. So that's just kind of like the parent. It's just a weird little quick setup. But all of his students, I know this is gonna sound crazy saying it. Now they're adults, so I'm gonna say that they kind of like him. But he doesn't feel comfortable. Like, he kind of knows, but he kind of plays it off. But they don't do any weird fan service or stuff. I'm like, all right, so it's just a straightforward. I'm good with my stuff. I'm respected, but he's like, he don't disrespect himself, but he doesn't think he's humble. He really is just a humble dude. He's like, hey man, I'm an old dude from the countryside. I never really been to the city, but now his respect just grows. He's just like, you ain't gotta bother me. I'm okay. But you really can't you can't disrespect him on the sword. So I kind of, it's like a cozy adventure stuff anime that you don't have to turn on.
Like Kendrick Lamar is humble. Like, I'm humble, but I will slice you into a million pieces with my sword.
He's not even that aggressive. He's not even to that level. He's just like, I'm good. He's like, I like teaching, blah blah blah. And
he's like, I like teaching.
I like to have a drink here and there, but he wants to be like he's really like a good, caring person to kids and to students, and it's like his work shows. Because like, it's funny, like the lady who's like above the Royal Guard, she's relatively young. Like, nobody could beat her. She's like, am I that good? Like, dang, like, what is it? He's like, yeah, your teaching is that good. Like, you've made us all that great. So I kind of thought that was cool. So shout out to Rachel for getting me into that. Like, I was like, you know what?
Nice little C+ hero.
I kind of enjoy it better than Fighter D, man. Like, I like Fighter D, bro. Like, that's a good character. He's just in a bad anime. I mean, I wouldn't say bad. I got slap on the wrist because I want to give it another season. It's just, I'm not going to finish this season. And I feel bad about it.
I loved how it started, but it started to slog.
It's on the part where like I told Mike the stuff the other day. He didn't care if I spoiled it. It's stupidly bizarre, bro. Like, I'll just go ahead and. Do you want me to tell you some of it? A little bit of it.
I remember when it started.
Break it down for a brother.
Bizarre for Mike. And it was doing that. It was getting a little weird for me too.
Bro, we at the point where we know who are, like, we still don't know there's really nobody like really in charge. I mean, like, society is to blame. Now the people who like respect the monsters are turning people into monsters. Dang. It's getting crazy. Like, it's that kind of trope where they don't have a writing depth to do this concept. And it still got that clash with that old Japanese thing, like, well, we might have caused problems, but hey, you're to blame because you blah 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 blah. And it's kind of like those ideas are clashing. So it's like they needed a younger touch on this to do. You know what they needed? They needed the Zom 100 writers to write this story or to adapt the story.
Hey,
it works in a manga.
It would have been plus ultra.
You need somebody or even the My Hero people. You need somebody who can put layers and depth. If you're gonna go there with society, and even if you're gonna play it up like a horror comedy, sci-fi comedy, dark tale, like the divine weapons come from the yellow ranger cadet. She is the divine weapon. Clones. It's like, bro, everything that's bizarre. They just like, all right, this is that. We don't know why. Don't worry about what that like. They kind of explain the dragon race of people, and that's what little dragon represents them. But don't worry about it. You ain't gonna go off in the world and all that. Red is a clone. Red still just be randomly kill people, but yellow is worse. That's when I say yellow is worse than red, because yellow may have created the monsters, and yellow do not care. So it's just it's wild, insane. And now kind of everybody who worth a damn knows that, you know, who he is. Like his squadron knows, but they kind of like cool with it because they do kind of still want to clean stuff up. Bro, I got to go back to reading it.
But I mean, didn't they essentially make the issue? They created the problem.
Maybe so. It's like, yeah, but it just got to the point. But what I did like, when they still try to keep with the trope that the Sunday thing has now become a dust bowl. Nobody's at those Sunday things. Snap. Like society is already fallen. In that, like in the society that they try to project, because Red again,
everybody else is like done with it, I guess.
Because the horse monster pretty much exposed them, because he can take over the airways like the Joker. And he's just like, you know,
yo, bad guys be having broadcast on live.
At this point,
they all have like masters in broadcast technology.
Bro, he just made him look stupid, and he like was a hothead, and like it just was. I know I'm rambling trying to just sum it up, but it's like that's where Loser Ranger is at, and
you're rambling trying to sum it up because. It is not.
The show don't make
like
sense.
Herding cats.
It's a rambling.
It's all over
a series. I'm trying not to curse about the baby. It's a rambling a series. It rambles all over sci-fi and horror. And I just want to like
I agree with you. Like I love the character, but it's. Just
I want to go up to Fighter D and be like, bro, you deserve better. Like you are not the worst thing of this. Like you are the only redeeming thing of this adaptation.
Dang.
And I remember, like, you know how they try to play up the Ranger thing, like all serious with that, and that was the whole season last season.
Yeah, none of that really matters. That was kind of the hook that got everybody.
None of that matters.
Wow.
Like some of them passed. Like some of them actually did pass, but you know this season is pretty much Rangers is kind of like it's kind of crumbling, but they're still gonna like try to pretend to be heroic. Like they're still heroic. Like the only reason why they being heroic is terrible people are because there's giant kaiju and monsters running around that these psychopaths Holt is running around doing. So it's like they made worse people to be temporarily worse for them, so society can be like, oh, I guess Rangers aren't that bad; they're needed. So, but we're gonna go to Lazarus. I'm sorry, this probably gonna be my last time talking about Loser Ranger.
Oh man.
Loser Ranger broke my review skills, y'all.
I miss Sherry singing "Go Go Loser Ranger."
We were all in, bro. Like
we were deep in it back.
We were deep in it.
We were a proper country, bro.
But remember, sometimes, Mike, this is why I read ahead. I'm like, I gotta read ahead, and I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna like, bro. I don't know how to explain it to you.
Like, say, bro, Undead got weird in a way.
I'll say this.
What, like, Undead started becoming like watching homework, and I was like, nope.
I'll say this. Nope. I'll say this. Loser Ranger still miles above Undead. Loser Ranger is still
Undead just dropped the story and was like, all right, we're gonna tell another story. Peace out, y'all.
We just doing backflash
this character on you, and like we just really just
bruh.
like it's not even an interesting character. We just
What? No, what I like. Loser Ranger don't explain nothing. They be like, get the definitions and words out my face. They ain't gonna tell you nothing. They ain't gonna hold your hand. They just ain't quite earned it like Gundam. Like how we say Gundam don't hold your hand. Gundam say, we're Gundam. Go find out about me. Loser Ranger like that dude who just he like, you know what Loser Ranger is? Mike, Mark, y'all might like this. They're like that SoundCloud rapper that came in, got a hit, and they think they need to be like rolling up with like the legends, and they think they want to be treated the same. Like, bro, you're not gonna be here next year. Kendrick's still gonna be here off of his writing credits alone. You, my friend, will be lucky to be played in the elevator or at a store or somewhere where they wait.
It's like, bro, you gonna be that dude. They're like, yo, remember that guy?
I was gonna say a name, but I ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, we ain't gonna do nobody like that, man. People don't
like. Hey man,
you may not deserve it, but
you might be lucky if they throw you in certain non-melanated people movies like Flow Rider as one of them transition scene movies.
Wow.
Or Nelly. Yeah, I said it, Nelly.
But see, Nelly good. Nelly good. He like, look, I got my girl. I'm out.
Yeah, cool. Nelly doing a little bit more, but he lucky though. He lucky. You know,
sometimes he finally got his girl, and he like, I'm good. I'm out.
Y'all, sometimes it's lucky to be light skinned and in shape. I'm gonna just say that. Cause Nelly, at the point he need to just shut up, enjoy your wonderful relationship, go away, stay out of the internet.
What he do now? What he do?
He a Trump supporter, dog. He pretty much you can't
come on.
You know what? He performed at a Trump event, man, and when they asked him about it, he doubled down on this on his reasoning. It was stupid. And
he's still like talking about Biden and what's her name?
I'll say
bruh,
this.
Just chill out.
I'll say this. Snoop was like, look, I'm gonna be honest. My brother, who the founder of Death Row, Trump gave him a pardon. He was gonna spend the rest of his life in prison. So
that makes sense.
Here's the real, or tell me this. Be like, yo, look, bro, they got me on them Diddy tapes, so like I gotta do this.
Well, they're not gonna say that. You
can't just be going around saying that. Like
they got me out there on them Diddy tapes, y'all.
Let's just be honest. We don't know.
Talking about take that. No.
But yeah, back to the anime.
That dude blew up somebody's car, and like we just was like, all right.
Bruh, I'ma just say this. Oh, you know, since
I'ma just say this. Blew up his car like he was a mob boss.
And then it was like, what car?
People who are taking up for Diddy. I went to school with a couple. I ain't unfriend. I'm like, nah, bro. Like y'all got the hit. We don't ask Shine about it. Shine is in jail.
I think did.
People took calls for that man. He
perpetrated some terrible things.
Bro, we saw the video
for a long time. So
we saw the video on tape.
I hope they get him and prosecute him to the full extent.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm gonna just say this, y'all. No real man beats no woman like that in the broad daylight.
He kicked that woman. He punted her, bro.
Anybody who taking up for that and think that's fake or alleged. Now this was before AI was available.
Yeah, this one like they ain't make that up, bro.
Like, bro.
And he came out and apologized. Like you knew he. And here's the thing. He only apologized because we saw it. Because he ain't never come out and be like, yo, man, you know I abuse women and I want to apologize for my past. He ain't say nothing until we caught him. Like, he ain't say jack. Like,
that's that old school wife beater abuse. And I ain't saying no abuse is fine. That's just like unquestionable if you're man. But anyway, back to the anime. I'm sorry, y'all. This is how it goes when we're rusty. We fly off the rails like Loser Ranger.
But y'all miss it because it's been long enough. It's been too long.
Lazarus, speaking of kind of falling off the rails, but falling up, falling down, falling sideways.
Really? Because I thought it was getting good. Like I watched like 4 to catch up at the time. I watched like 4 or 5 episodes in a row because I think I watched like 3 or 4 episodes. Yeah, okay. I think I watched 7 through 11, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. It's not the best anime, but I'm feeling it.
This is what I hate to say. This is gonna be to something I said about another anime. What I like is good. What I'm saying, well, it's okay. It's good to okay. Fights are great. It has no business being just 13. Two things. Should be 13, should be about 15 episodes. Skinner was there all along. And I could not believe where Skinner was at. Take a guess where Skinner was at all this time.
Was he like in the building beside where they building was or something like that?
Not far away. Keep going. Take a guess. We already went there. It's one of the first places we went. Bruh.
Was he in the jail?
No.
Like hiding out in the jail?
He was the homeless man with the beard right there on the side of Doug. With this, that everybody in the background was like, hey, shout out to your boy Roshi. They was like, is that Skinner right there? Or is that just a reused animation? Because like, maybe it's reused. Like I said, I know that you kind of start the feeling that, okay, it has some viciousness to his plan, but he was just lashing out. But he made this intricate hide and seek plan for people to kind of learn along the way, I guess. And he had the formula in his brain all this time. We got it. We got it right. First was they were in love. What I do like though, I'm gonna get more to the thing, but yeah, he was there the whole time. I'm not even mad at it. I just needed that to be a little bit. They rushed the ending, I should say, and they did something that makes me mad because I think this show, if they allow it to come back, it's not coming back in 20. You're not gonna see this in 2026. I already looked. As soon as it ended, Keith from Blurtish looked up. Is this over? Because when they announced, when they make Steve Blum say series end when he announced it, that means it's over till it comes back. As of right now, Watanabe might be and then it's Watanabe, dog. When Watanabe put that chop on it, and he might say it's done, it's done. I hope he changes his mind, but I got a feeling. What did I say?
So are the last two episodes good? Like, cause something tell me they not good. And I actually like the episodes.
It's like
7 through 11. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like they saved Christine or Crystal.
Like I'm in the same place as you, man. So I'm worried.
It's like this. 4 is great. 7 is great. It's when they say Christine. When they're just kind of messing around, doing the music video thing where the music is playing great. Score is 11. This was rushed at the end. Like, it's like they literally animated this show to not know where it wanted to go. Because ultimately, the problem is they introduced the army wanting to make this, like, it wasn't even clear, but so the big problem is the army wanted to make a prototypical weapon of Hopna. And they also happened to be at this, remember that, I don't know if y'all saw the incident where like they shot up his suitcase and then the air came out. So that was the genesis of Lazarus. They all happened to be there at the same time somehow. And the bald-headed dude knew this. So whatever it was, they mutated, so they wasn't really dying. They were, for some reason, they were fine. They were going to kill Hirsch because they found out, like, originally they were supposed to be, like, murdered, and this was all supposed to be hush-hush.
Oh, word?
But Hirsch, but because the army dudes got out of line and they did so much good, the bald-headed dude was like, hey, bro, like, y'all records all clear. In fact, do y'all want to stay with Lazarus? Because y'all did a lot of good, blah, 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 yada, yada, yakety smackety. That's how it kind of ends.
The young boy was saying, what's going to happen to Lazarus when this is all over? Are we going to disband? And they were like, yeah, because once we find Skinner, that was the whole point of Lazarus.
And then they found out that they were supposed to possibly be killed. And they pulled out. Even I don't know if Leland pulled a gun out. Even Leland was like, all right, we got to kill you because you ain't going to kill us.
Yeah.
Like, all right, like, cool. You have your moment with Skinner. He wrote the formula. Yeah, Doug was ready. Doug had that pistol.
Yeah, Doug
and Axel had that pistol.
Ready to
like, they were about to take her out there. They they released a little thing on their arm, so they was cool. They like,
word.
You know, so you showed them at the end, like they would start administering people the formula. So, and you just kind of see the world wrap up in that way if they want to. So they can end it. It was rushed. I hate to say it needed 2 more episodes at least, because they rushed the fight with dude. It just didn't make no sense. Like it was like, okay, Skinner became such an afterthought because of this philosophy with the Hondan and this dude who we should really know this much about. Like I don't know, like they felt like they was writing this, and you can feel somebody say, "Get this ish done, wrap this up, be done with this." And I gotta blame Warner Brothers. I don't know. I'm just gonna blame Warner Brothers because y'all pissing me off. Like for real.
Who you gonna blame when Superman come out? Who you gonna blame then?
I think it's gonna be. We're gonna get to that later. We'll get to that next week.
I'm hoping. Look, on the real, I'm hoping. I've never been a big gun fan, but I am hoping it's good. But I ain't gonna front. Right. I'm waiting till Sunday. No, I'm gonna wait to see what y'all say.
You know, the early reviews have somebody said it's a great story, and they say it is a beautiful movie.
Okay. So let's leave it at that.
Back to Lazarus.
That's next season, next week or so. But it's just it needed Lazarus. It's gonna hurt my heart to do this. I want to give it almost a C plus the way it ended. Like that kind of brings. I'm gonna give it a B minus because it was some beautiful moments. The music is good. I like these characters. I needed more. These characters did need more time in the oven. And whenever Sherry come on, I do want to hear her opinion. And she finished this, I wish she would have came on tonight. I got a feeling Sherry would give it the Sherry treatment. But
I'll have to see the last 2 episodes to see how I feel. Because I was like, okay, it's getting better. I'm feeling it. Okay, we can roll with this. And they ended like Lovecraft Country, where they were like, all right, it's over.
We should maybe speak about it on the next episode when we finish it, and just see if we feel the same as Coop.
They needed to do. This is what they needed to do. And bro, I hate
sometimes Coop be spot on and sometimes Coop be off. We gonna see. I always try to call it fair, because when he calls something,
all right, I'm gonna just say this, Mark. Without you even watching this, do you feel like this series should be over in just 13 episodes? Like the series is over.
I mean, that's kind of a Watanabe thing.
But I'm saying, do it feel like we was approaching? No. I'm gonna give credit where it's due. Watanabe, I don't want to say he's losing his fastball, because I know he did Carolyn Tuesday. He did some great stuff recently. He even said, he even talked about how it broke his heart that, I guess, Space Dandy, which is beloved now, wasn't well received in Japan at the time, and it was a flop. But now people got it. So sometimes it takes a while with him. I don't know.
I guess what is it on, like Netflix or something now, where like people can watch it? Like,
I mean, it's on Crunchyroll, but it's like, you know how they do their stuff different. Like when it's a week, like they have the Nelson ratings and all that stuff. Like they still have TV rights and streaming and other stuff. And it wasn't like, how not explain it, but like it's not, for one, Space Dandy wasn't really like, it's hard to compete with shonen because kids may not get it. And you're talking about, like, he's talking to the grown, like a grown person experiment, or like, I guess, I don't know, different experiences and stuff that may not appeal inertly to young people who consume manga and anime. And it kind of appealed more to the West. So that's how sometimes things happen. And if it appeals more to the West, i.e. Solo 11, it might be absolutely despised in Japan. Japan do not mess with Solo Level. Probably for 2 reasons. It's Korean, and they made Japan look stupid. But it's such a worldwide.
Really? I don't feel like they make Japan look stupid.
Do not. It is seriously the order of the day. They do not like it.
Yeah, but like what in it makes Japan look stupid? Like I don't,
because it's not Japanese.
I'm thinking about like story things that make Japan look stupid.
Well, that's what make them look stupid. A Korean dude punked all of Japan, and it's not a Japanese thing.
He didn't really punk them. He fought their top guy to a standstill,
he punked
and then they went to the island.
I mean, he punked them because he was barely trying. That dude was trying. He was sweating. Had him cry. And then actually
had him sweating like when I be playing sweaty, I'll be like,
bro. And in the book, he had him with the fear sweats. He punked him.
Not the fear sweats.
Yes, he was like he felt his aura had him shook. And you saw how quick he got killed by Beerus. So I'm just saying
he got killed.
Flatten him. I'm the king. No, you're not. But I'm the king. But I'm just gonna say this. But yeah. So I think it got ratings because man, is that Adult Swim love. But at the same time, unfortunately, all of the last original Adult Swim originals, Lazarus, Uzumaki, and
Ninja Kamui.
Even though Ninja Kamui get hated on, it got approved. Solar Entertainment is like the producer for both of them.
Yep.
They love Solar. Is like, hey, we getting another season of Ninja Kamui. So Ninja Kamui is the only one hanging on.
And maybe it's Solar that's doing the 13 episodes because of course Kamui had 13 episodes. So maybe that's it.
Like 13 is the new standard. This actually, I feel like we needed 20.
Had Uncle Mike, man.
Yeah,
we needed 26 episodes for. We needed that old school 26 episode 2 course for Lazarus to let it cook, to let it develop into what could have been.
And I think they definitely needed more episodes 20. Like the club and Saving Christine. Whenever you have a team, the more that they interact with one another, the better it is. And they spend a lot of time with them being kind of like isolated and stuff like that.
They popped up together. It just was all over. The direction was all over the place. But it worked enough for me. I would love to see another season or another, if they just even wanted to do movies. I know nobody's going to do it because Warner Brothers, blah, 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 yada, yada. Because they got the distribution rights. You know how that can go. They can muck up anything they want. They can be like, haha, we got your distribution rights. Don't do this. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like they can really go nowhere. So unless they bought it out, and let's just face
like they know how to mess up anything, boy. I'll tell you that.
So basically, the end user is Warner Brothers to distribute to us. I would say if they don't do shows like how The Great Pretender, I never really watched the movie. I know Sherry and Rachel dug it. I don't really dig the character design. Oh girl, I still need to watch The Great Pretender, but you can make movies and do that, whatever. I think that's
The Great Pretender with the girl from the girl with the lip.
I know, but I know she's supposed to be. I know. Shout out to Sherry. I get what Sherry was saying. I just still can't. I don't like the design.
That lip it's pronounced. It's Japan.
Japan needed somebody else. I cannot dig that design. It's a little out there. It's a heavy lip.
Yeah,
like really it's cartoonly heavy in the wrong way. And I get it. She's hot in that world, but I ain't even say she's ugly. She ain't nothing. She's attractive in a way, but it's too pronounced.
Yeah,
but she ain't got.
Sometimes I feel like they still trying to play.
I don't like it, bro. I ain't like it. It's just something like I'm gonna give The Great Pretender, if they keep coming back. I did like that. I need to rewatch that series. That was a good series. But Lazarus, I would be happy if they did an hour special here and there and bring the team back, let them solve something. I'm like, I can dig that. I don't know if it comes back. I think if it comes back, it might be, 2025? I'm going to make a prediction. You won't see Lazarus no earlier than 2028. And that's probably not going to happen. And
yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I don't know if its reception has been grand enough for it to justify another.
If the ratings, like people hate on Ninja Kamui, but apparently people watch Ninja Kamui. But Ninja Kamui had such good reception on the first 2 episodes, it might have saved it all the way through. Lazarus had a lot of people didn't mess with the first episode of Lazarus. Like, I thought what Axel was doing was cool, but they was like, yeah, I don't know about this. And sadly, they just It can't outgrow its big brother shadow.
I really like the fight scene on was that episode 11 with him and
with him and the
dude?
Grenade Man.
The problem
Grenade
is
Grenade Man had hands.
The problem is
Axel has been toying with people. He tried to toy with Grenade Man, but Grenade Man was like, "I got that for you."
I don't think people rock with Axel because they keep thinking of him as Spike, and it's like, y'all, I get it. I love Cowboy Bebop. Y'all can't keep doing this to Watanabe, man. Let that man try some. He's going to try.
Hold up. Once again, I have to defend the people that are mad about that specific thing because they sold this show on being the like Cowboy Bebop 2.0 kind of thing.
Disagree
like
completely.
They did the opening. We can go line by line.
It's his style.
The opening, the characters, the way they designed the characters.
That's his style.
The way they characterized the characters. They knew good and well what they was doing.
Mike, he's okay. This is the same word. I'm saying I get it. All right, I'll be fair.
Okay.
Axel is very close to. He's like the younger brother of Spike. It's like he's I'm about to say YN. He ain't a YN, but he's a brown. He's a BN. I don't know. Whatever the equivalent Brazilian or whatever he is equivalent of that. They under 25. I get it. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, you ninja.
You know, he's a young brown ninja out here. You know, in the world, just not caring about nothing because he ain't had nothing. He ain't got no family. And you know, he just briefly say like, I ain't got nothing. I'm an orphan. Yada yada. It's just it needed 26 episodes, but I don't want to be like.
13 seems short for them to wrap it in the next 2 episodes. At least from what I've seen, it seems like because they opened up a whole new mystery with the necklace thing that Axel had.
The army, bald dude goes to the army with guns ablaze, and they don't shoot. He he pretty much arrests the handler, the politician or whatever, the army dude, and be like, bro, you did this, yada yada. He's like, ha ha ha, you got run your mouth in the court date, and that was it. And he just went got Hirsch. Then they went up to say, hey, we know Skinhead. Like, really, it goes kind of like that. And I'm like, no.
He said, hey, we know where Skinhead.
I was like, bruh, yo, I know this ain't about to be what Skinner was at the whole time. I know he ain't that old man who was right there in front of Doug, chilling in their conversation. He was in their conversation, damn near.
Man, yo,
and of
it's
course
tough out there.
And then he winds up dead because he was infected by Hopner, so he gave up the form. But it also made me kind of dislike Skinner because you just was gonna let the world burn. I get it, you was mad, and you got. But
what was he mad about again? Huh? I don't even remember what he was mad about it. What was he mad about?
They didn't want to listen to him because the world is going. I mean, basically,
change.
Now I'll say this.
Because of climate change. All right.
Because this is why I need them to, for selfish purposes, this is why I want this to go on to the destruction of Earth in Cowboy Bebop. I wish Watanabe would, like, hey, I'm going to connect this, yada, yada. But he don't have to because he don't get paid to rock like that. I get it. I'm not going to ever get that. But something happens on Earth. I mean, basically, Earth becomes a piss hole, for the best way to say it. It becomes a place where people strip mine it. It's polluted. They had to leave it. Or they like, if you still on Earth, you poor and you ain't got it going on. So that is the world of, they pretty much let you know. And that's always in every sci-fi movie. They be like, hey, we going to Mars.
Earth, take your broke tail on.
Like, you know, and Gundam, I mean, hell, in Gundam, if you from Earth, they kill you. They'll blow up them. They're like, you better not have a gun. They're like, oh, wait. You from Earth and you got a Gundam? That's an act of war. They're like, what? So Earth they ain't rocking with Earth for some reason, but I can't blame them. But I mean, Mars ain't no better, you know. But so that's pretty much Lazarus. I'm gonna jump right into something that's better. I'm sorry, I feel I don't want to say I feel like my trust was broken.
The trust was broken.
I love Watanabe. I know I'm being a weeb out here. Watanabe, bro. It's tough out these. Like we go look, Watanabe, sir. You're like 60. I'm gonna say sir to you. All right. I don't be saying that to nobody. I want you to live a long time. I want you to make stuff as long as Toriyama got to do it or longer. Because I like your style. It appeals to me. You get it. You got good taste in music, man. But if you don't come correct on that next series, these young people ain't rocking with you how we do. Yeah. I don't know why it didn't happen. You need to, if you need 26 episodes, look, you got friends at WB and through Adult Swim, they owe you at least 20 episodes, man.
Yeah, tell them
you need to have your stuff crafted.
You need a solid 20, 21, 24, 26, 13, something like that.
His speed, like 26 is a short series for me. So let him get his full thing on. He ain't a 13 series writer. I just don't. That ain't his vibe, man. I don't know. He need to do movies, or he need to have a long, nice, well-written season of a procedural that can count as a series. Otherwise, you got to have somebody who can specifically get that out in that type of way. Which leads me to segue into this. My Hero Academia Vigilantes does exactly what he needs to do in 13 episodes in that first season. Nice. It is excellent. Absolute A+. It is actually getting to so many, like, from reviewers and stuff, and even going back to the people who read just manga only before the anime come out, people like it. Some people like it better than the original series. They like what it like. That's how high of respect it's getting, because they like that it's a tighter, condensed story that constantly something always is happening to move it along. Now, even they had some gripes on the ending, but the main thing that happens in the ending, I ain't gonna say, but I think they got right. But as far as the end of this season, how caught up are y'all on?
I'm so behind. Ain't even funny.
Okay, so Mark,
just go and say what you got to say.
I was just gonna say it. So, Mark, what's the last episode you saw
of My Hero?
Yes.
Bruh.
Oh, all right.
Run it, cool.
All right,
cool. Matter of fact, I know we're running long, so last one.
So I'm just gonna say, like, with My Hero, basically, they do the thing that, like, Captain Celebrity, like I say, he's gonna be around the whole time. Makoto is gonna be there, and that's for purposes. Even the dudes, the first bullies, they're gonna be there. So they're doing the thing where you meet characters and they don't fully go away, but they giving them purpose. They have a purpose in the story. Like, everybody or group matters to what is going to circle around Koichi. But this season finale really was the first act of Knuckle Duster, if you will. Like, this really is like this season really was his story. And it just introduced us to Koichi or whatever. Like, it's not much to introduce you to Knuckle Duster. Broken man, he's on a mission. And then we found out that mission was basically to track down the B user, who is basically a parasitic quirk thing, whatever, that takes over the host body and drills down into it and becomes a composite of their emotions and this and that. And she just likes to, she's pretty much works for all for one. So she's just there to provide chaos. Two, that the girl was Knuckle Duster's daughter. So there's that. So he had to come up with, the story. When I read it, and I love when you read something and then it's not, you get to see it animated shortly thereafter. Knuckle Duster, he crazy, but he's smart though. But it's like he lives on the edge. Like, he could have easily killed his daughter, but he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna save you. He said, he said, last time I dealt with you and you, when I guess you was leaving away from him, he's like, I froze up. He's like, nah, I'm gonna punch all the way through this. Right. He punches his daughter in the chest. He had a stun thing so he can like freeze her body so he could pull the bee out of her head. Dang. And then he had to have like a repellent thing made to kill the swarm. Then he had to shock his daughter back to life to save her. Like it gets dark. He like Koichi's over here chilling, and this man's over here in a Frank Miller novel for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? He really like living. He on a mission to save that. So that's what's going on. And Koichi don't even know. They don't even know what he's doing. He's kind of like this is where he kind of is going to disappear for a while. And Koichi kind of says it. He starts doing the Deku inner monologue, and like Knuckle Duster left like his Knuckle Dusters with Koichi. Like he didn't know. He's like, he just left them here. It's like maybe he wanted me to clean them. And he says, you know, I look back at my time when I started out as a crawler. So he starts doing the thing that lets you know this is about to get real serious. He's like, this is where I didn't know that Master wasn't really even around that much when I started out as the crawler. It's like, really, the stuff that I did as the crawler, I thought it was really him egging me on. I realized a lot of it I overcame on my own. So he kind of telling you that I'm going to do some things. I like that. But Koichi, in the meantime, while he's in a monologue, he's just still like, yada, yada, yada. So this is kind of like, again, with the blue suit, it kind of alludes to the dark Peter Parker suit. They kind of pull a little, like, for the people who write My Hero, they know what they're doing. So, because his suit, he's going to get a darker suit that represents more of things are not going right. He's going to get a darker hoodie, and then until things get better. So we're about to go into maybe the dark suit eventually era, maybe at the end of next season, where stuff is like the next villain is pretty much the same as the mission is the same as the B user. Like All for One is just using this like a testing ground for his purposes.
Okay.
To figure stuff out. Next season, it's gonna be a hell of a flashback for what's his name, Eraser. That's gonna be dope. Like we already know what had happened to one of his homeboys, but you're gonna see when they were together and alive, and like how that really egged Eraser head on. Like that's gonna be a part of next season. Like it's gonna be good. Like the things that you like about My Hero, they really are gonna come with it. I think next season, and you're gonna see how more of these things tie together and more heroics. But it's all gonna be contained kind of in this neighborhood or in other neighborhoods, and you're gonna just like or a smaller other neighborhood when they like maybe take a trip or something. So it's gonna be like the street levelness of it. Like anytime a big hero pop up, it's just not necessarily good. Like All Might is the only one that is like a consistent good. The other ones are smart enough to kind of they have a adeptness to them that like, all right, there's gray. You know, there's gray in this. We got to kind of figure it out. Don't tell like what's his name? Endeavor. Like Endeavor, whenever Endeavor pops up, it is a dangerous situation. Endeavor is like a force of nature. Yeah. He don't care if you are not a licensed hero, you are a villain. That is it. There's no Koichi did he don't give a damn. Like if he get a hold of you and you are a vigilante, you going to jail or he might kill you. Like for real. Like you know, so that's just the danger level. Like he's probably the second most dangerous thing in a brief moment in the whole series. Like if he wanted to be, he can be. But the villain of it is really, really dangerous. Really dark. Just it's gonna get a little psychological, but it's gonna keep on pace and make sense. So shout out to them for introducing this. It's a good read. It's gonna be a good watch. I love how they paced it. It lands on the monologue is a perfect stopping point for season 1. And that is somebody who took 13 episodes, had a good storyboard, knew where they wanted to land and what they needed to get out to make you understand what you're watching and and give you enough of a sample size to how you should feel about Koichi. You know, and to introduce pretty much all the major players for the most part.
Gotcha.
So,
word. Well, then,
trying to think if there's anything else. Okay, Lazarus, My Hero. What else were we watching?
We'll have to see. Can we get up? You think we could get up on Wednesday?
I'm trying to think. My mind. I know there's. What's the other anime we were watching? That we were keeping up. Right.
We had To Be Hero X, My Hero Vigilantes, Windbreaker, Fire Force, Lazarus.
Oh, that's Fire Force. Gotta do Fire Force. I'm just saying this real quick. Windbreaker. I'm gonna make this quick. Windbreaker's over. They just like, all right, season 2 is over. They did some talking. It's like Windbreaker is like a roller coaster ride. It'd be slow. Then as soon as you up at the top, it's all loopy loops crazy. It's saying that they be like, all right, we done. We out. They didn't even get to 13. They got to 11 or 12. They're like, peace. And they literally wrote there like, Windbreaker will be back. And they introduced it like serious. I was like, thank you, Windbreaker.
I was like, look, we'll be back. Don't worry. It's gonna be some more fighting going on.
We not here to waste your time. Because we know if we stay too low,
we ain't worried too much about story or no elements like that. Like, we know what you're here for.
We know what you're here for. We're not gonna drag this out for 2 more episodes. Like, we gonna be out of here. We out. I think they ended on 11. I like 11. Yeah. Damn, y'all just like, all right, cool. We saved the girl.
They got
up some people. We ate some food, and we got introduced to 2 more villains that used to be a part, or one of them used to be a part of both. No, 2 of them used to be a part of Bofurin. So that's the great reveal, and they had differences aside. Like, bro, they do so much. Like, these kids are only like 16, 17, no older than 18 max. They did a lot of thugging in these 3 years of high school to do all of this stuff. To have all these stories.
They did a lot of thugging.
A lot of thugging, man. Like,
thuggery.
Like, what did y'all... I mean, I know we don't care about school and parents and stuff. You know, we don't ask them questions. Don't you ever ask them questions.
We don't know how in the world they keeping the bills paid. Who's,
man,
you know...
They work part-time jobs.
We don't know who's keeping the bills paid, who's buying groceries, who's doing laundry. You know, like the daily stuff. Don't worry about it.
Windbreaker was cool. Like, but I like the philosophy of it. Like, hey, man, maybe you won't be a thug if you had like some food and a job, and maybe you just ain't gotta be a thug. Maybe you just could try to, like, you know, improve your life. And maybe instead of me punching the hell out of you, you deserve it. I'll try to help you a little bit. It's like, okay, cool. You know what? Shout out to Sabaki. Yo, hand clap to Sabaki. Sabaki's like, hey, I'm cold out here. I'm a king out here. All right.
Not
like,
a king.
You ain't gonna really like, hey, one of the 3 kings. I'm just saying. Sabaki don't claim to be. Sabaki says he's a guy, you know. But, you know, so that's just it. That's how he's free. But Sabaki was kicking with high heels on and still, you know, slamming people. You know what I'm saying? Sabaki is a good martial artist. And Sabaki core is like a 12-pack. And Sabaki's like 17. Now, why Sabaki is on the pole in this red light district, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Don't worry about they say don't worry about what's going on in the background of society.
Don't worry. Don't worry how these roads got here or how these stoplights got here. Don't worry about who built these buildings.
Why is there a 17-year-old on the pole?
Yeah, what is
for this cafe? Dude or lady? Just what the like we gotta know what Sabaki is. Do Sabaki need help himself? But maybe Sabaki like, look, I'm balling now.
Can't tell me nothing.
In fact, I don't think Sabaki was ever broke. Sabaki just like, this is how I live, so don't question my lifestyle. Do you need a good sandwich? You need to eat. Like,
oh boy,
but anyway, that's Windbreaker. Fire Force, man. Fire Force. I think it's got another core before it ends. I think it's just gonna run all the way through. So it got weird enough to be a season ending. I don't know what, like, it's getting very sci-fi weird. It's not falling off the rails like Loser Ranger.
Okay.
But it got a little horror element almost. Like, I don't know what, like he's visually in the past right now. They got to find out what happened before the first cataclysm when they were like regular society before they break up. But the funny thing, they did it in such a Hitchcockian way. He was like, when he started going back, if for a split second they like molded his face in like if he was real with the thing, and he's just like looking like a weird entity. He's looking at us like, what the hell are these people? They look vaguely human, and you just see like these black and white.
Not they look vaguely human
things, and it's like these still pictures, and it was like bizarre. It was like, what the hell? And everything's black and white. Then he wakes up in a jacket, a bed tied down with his legs covered, and he got the Eminem blonde hair and piercings. So I don't know what hell happened. He passed out.
Hold up, the Eminem blonde hair though?
Bruh. Like, what's his name?
They gave him the Slim Shady.
Stuff is going wrong before it's getting right. And he went in the past with the girl who could see the future, but she was like, I know I'm supposed to be here. Like, I can't see in the past. You can kind of travel there because of light speed, something they made up. But she's like, I just know this. It's like, I only tell futures that are for certain to happen. And she would never post about like, is she gonna die as a pillar? She's like, I don't know, ha ha ha. Even her people are asking her. They're like, oh, did you see your future yet? Her little like servant, weirdo cult members like, oh, did you see your death yet? Blah, blah. She was like, oh, not yet. I was like, yeah, she better quit playing. Like, they're gonna get an order, like, predict your death. Like, so I don't know. And basically, we found out the dude who started that religion, it was all a sham. Saint Raffles is really the weird bunny-looking dude who's actually a devil from the other side.
Dang.
His shapeshift. So he killed Raffles and took over, and then walked around with Amaratu, who looks like a descendant of Iris. It's about to get bizarre, dog. It's gonna be it's gonna get crazy. I think it's gonna be some good fight.
I guess they did have to kind of like solve that stuff, so it makes sense.
Because they did solve it with Amaratu they use humans to run that thing. So that was the great secret. And it initially started with some human girl who had the ability they can burn her to run this flame. It's insane. Like, Fire Force is dark, bro.
I can't wait to catch up. I'm gonna try to get caught up with everything.
Catch up on Fire Force. For sure. Catch up on Fire Force, my hero. Lazarus.
Those shows were too good.
Take your time with Lazarus.
Wow, I'm closest on Lazarus. I only got 2 episodes on Lazarus. I could probably knock out Lazarus tonight.
Lazarus ain't going nowhere. You got 5 minutes of playtime with it. But that's pretty much all I got. Next week I would like to do the preview. It's gonna be a lot in summer. Like, we thought spring was gonna be it. Spring kind of wasn't it.
Just send me the preview. I'll see what I'm not gonna watch.
Oh man, I know you have a legitimate reason now. But come on, man. For you, I think Rama and a Half comes back. We got
word?
Dan the Dan comes back.
Rama my jam boy.
I think if Rama doesn't come back, he definitely comes back in the fall. But it's coming back.
The most soon. Random, inexplicable water come from everywhere. Like, but
I'll say this about. I'm gonna check for sure, but this is the part of Rama, what they call the hard battle. Like, it's kind of like it got the tag when they broke it up in the old show. It's always a lot of fighting, but this is gonna be a lot of fighting. Like, it's gonna be really anything goes martial arts. He's about to meet the second, in the game where you beat the first bosses. And like Kunio, he ain't nobody. Like, he think he's tough. No, it's about to get bizarre with his martial artists and his ex, the girl, and more of the girls he was supposed to be engaged to because his daddy is garbage. So you're gonna meet more of his fiancées. One of them I do particularly like, but it's about to get stupid. Like, Rama is gonna be good, and you're gonna meet his new master, the grandpa, pervy, underwear stealing dude. I think they're not gonna change that, so they're gonna keep that in.
Wow.
The trailers, you can go find the trailer. The trailer's out.
All right, word.
So you can see a lot of what's gonna piece together, and from what I can see, it looks just like it looks like it's gonna hit a lot of the story beats and through the manga as well. But this one's supposed to be more attached to what goes on in the manga in the order for the summation of it.
All right, no doubt. All right. Word. Well, then I guess first I'll throw it to Dub. Final thoughts. Where can they find you? You know what I'm saying? Say what's up. Oh, hold up. You there, Dub? All right, word.
You ain't got the microphone is not off.
All right, cool.
It's bark off.
Cool. Final thoughts. Where can they find you?
Final thoughts. Spring was okay. Spring was not the fire I thought I thought this spring was gonna be the fire of last spring. Oh, Kaiju number 8 is coming back too this summer too. Like we got a lot that's about to come back. That got debuted in last spring. But notice what I say. A lot of stuff is gonna graduate this summer. Kaiju number 8 broke out. Losing Ranger. Spelling and falling off.
Yeah, broke back in.
You might as well put that in the winter. Just move that nuttiness to the winter time. But it's just like summer's gonna reveal a lot of stuff, a lot of shows coming up. I cannot wait. The trailer is out for Demon Slayer. I gotta watch that. The trailer I think is out for Chainsaw.
Hold up, the trailer's out for Demon Slayer?
Yeah, for the movie.
When that movie coming out?
Movie coming out in September in Japan. So that means if they keep
we get to see it in January?
Maybe. Now they may not simultaneously drop it.
Hold up now.
So
we got a Demon Slayer trailer, boy.
The Demon Slayer trailer's out. And then I think a Chainsaw Man trailer is coming out in September. They both drop in September.
Chainsaw Man is actually returning for real.
The second arc is a movie. I seen the video.
The trailer.
I seen it.
Let me see if it ain't on YouTube. It don't count. I don't want to see nobody. Somebody got a cell phone in the office at Crunchyroll or something. No,
you can see the anime. They and I noticed that this is how I noticed to be true. There is a villain in Chainsaw Man called the Bomb Devil. For whatever reason, people, I guess, manga readers been cosplaying her for years. I've seen her animated, so it's finally happening. Arc 2 is coming. I seen somebody talk about it on YouTube that you can see some of it. He even talked about it in September, October for when it's released in Japan. I don't know why they being a little bit more cloak and dagger with theirs than say Demon Slayer, but it exists. It's done. It's practically done.
Is it the Reese arc?
Yes, it exists.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I don't know why they take it forever. But it's back.
Okay, so you got a trailer.
And from what they say that this is a good
6 months ago, bruh. Look, Japan, man.
It exists.
Dang.
I don't know why, bro.
Y'all ain't look. How about y'all make 2 less harem animes and finish this? All right, do that.
Hey, bro. They got more than multiple companies. Some of them companies make their bread off of harem anime. So
they be paying for them digital butt cheeks.
I'm just saying, man.
They be paying for them digital butt cheeks, boy.
Speaking of which, one of my favorite trashy animes coming back, Grand Blue Dreaming. It took about 6 years for this to come back. For season 2. And I'm like, yes.
But them sweaties is happy, boy.
It's not even. It's actually. It's really. It's trash because you don't really see a lot of butt cheeks. It's a lot of dudes who want to get with butt cheeks doing stupid stuff. It's a bunch of college dudes, so it skews older. It's a seinen. It's not a shonen. So, but it's a lot of drinking, a lot of frat bro foolishness. You know, some introspective, but it's a lot of. It's a comedy. It's a gut busting, stupid comedy. That is aimed at Chads and Dubros. So it's about the most American Japanese thing ever.
All right, word. Then go in and tell them where they can find you. I'm gonna go in and watch this trailer. Get up out of here and watch this trailer. Cause I'm hyped now.
You finally hyped for something. Man, get hyped, man. Summer, bro. I'm telling you, bro. You got at least 3 shows. See how you do this every time. Then you wind up loving my hero. To Be Hero, other stuff. So we got you with 3 or 4. You look, Mike, you gonna like 3 or 4 episode shows.
We'll see. We'll see.
Be trying to like one, you be liking 4 of
them. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I heard the name too.
We'll see. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, I name My Hero? No, not My Hero. Kaiju number 8, Rama, and I think it's coming back. Now we got the movies. Then you got. There's gonna be some other stuff you like. I'm telling you, you gonna watch 3 episodes, three shows at least minimum. You might. I promise you. For me, I'm gonna have at least 5.
We'll see. We'll see.
But y'all can find me. I'm Keith Cooper, blurred.ish on IG. Keith Cooper on Facebook. Go to the Blurs page. I'm in the process of, if you're local in Baton Rouge, July 29th, tentatively bringing back anime-ish into your face. We're going to be watching movies. We're going to be watching shows. We're going to be selling books and manga. Hosted is going to be at Red Stick Reads. If you're local in town or close by, please go support my friends at Red Stick Reads. I will be there July 6th. This is going to be hopefully the last iteration of this for a long time. I ain't moving this nowhere else. So, and also, don't come in there expecting con level stuff in a bookstore. I want to put this on air. Somebody hear this. Low Frills Anime Night. Guess what we're going to do? Watch anime. We will have manga. You can buy manga. Hopefully we have a food pop-up. It's bring your own bag. If you want to drink, bring your drink.
Want to get a drink.
And then and guess what? We're only a block away from a beer garden if you don't bring a drink. So we got you. We it's a good location for you. If you want to pop in, pop out, all we ask is that if there's vendors there, including the store, just look around and shop. That's how I support these events to happen. And I try to be transparent with you. One dude asked me at the con, I'll just kind of mess with him. Shout out to him if you're listening, if you do that. He was like, how do you go about creating things, whatever? I said, well, I'm not a creator in that way. And my friend who usually with me isn't that. But I said, I'm going to keep it real with you, dog. I said, we're grown here. You need to buy the things we have. Yep. If you don't buy what people create,
gotta buy it, man.
It's like, even I said, I can't tell you the technical process. I mean, there's plenty of self-publishing things or whatever. It takes funding, a budget, and money. And I said, if nothing is supported when people buy it, I'm gonna tell you now. And I told him, I said, but I'm gonna give you some financial advice. I don't know, maybe Jason Reeves, you fact check me. You tell me how this sound if you're listening. I said, if you want to be a creator, this is what you need to do. I said, take a box, fill it with all the money that you think you could do this with, that you can light on fire and throw away. And that's your answer. That's your budget. Whatever you feel that you can stuff that box with, and if you can be comfortable with lighting that box of money on fire, that you don't get it back because people may not like your thing.
Yeah.
That's your answer. I said, I'm not going to shortchange. I said, you talking to the money side now. I said, that's the shortcut. So, because you create a thing, I said, I'm telling you the truth. Now, I can't make you buy. People may not like, what you do. But I also gave him the advice, and his other friend was an artist, and they was just like saying, maybe I ought to get a table. I said, I'm going to tell y'all now. If you want to be an artist, if you want a table, vend. Or table, whatever.
Nah, if you want to be a vendor at one of these events.
I said, do it now. But also try to find library events that's local to you. Start off cheap, but get in the flow and the feel of actually doing it. I don't care if you got one print, make several copies of that print. I say, hey, you sell something, y'all friends, guess what you do? Share a table together. Get out there, do it. Do it now because it's only getting worse. I'm telling you, I said, he was like, how much do these tables cost? I said, bruh, it's going to cost me $420 next year if you see me again at this particular event. It's not going down. You better jump in now. Now is the time. So that was my advice.
Get your stuff up and get ready to go in and get your stuff up, get ready to go in and sell.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Look, DreamCon had Megan Thee Stallion, bro. That's the guest they have. They not giving tables to artists unless you got a TV show or something. All right, you just ain't gonna be like, I got a comic book unless your book is selling about 1 million or close. You ain't gonna be no guest at the con that you think you're gonna be at, and even at the cons that you think that's not up to your level. Guess what? They ain't gonna let you be a guest either. I promise you. Like the back room. Look, I see the look, bro. Who was the most famous person that came? We had Sting. When you got to come with wrestlers, Booker T was a guest. I saw Booker T. I said, "Hey, Booker T, you the greatest." I went on by my business. He was like, "Oh, what's up?" I was like, "So they got Booker T. They were supposed to have Michael John White." So us vendors, y'all,
you ain't getting no free table.
So
that's why y'all better go to these library cons. You better look them up, search them up.
Start a pop-up collective. Start small, be consistent. I've been doing it for 9 years, y'all. 7 to 8 as a vendor. You know, on my last day of my business anniversary and my birthday month. I'm telling you, start like today. There's no tomorrow, because it don't get cheaper.
Nope.
It don't. So that's all I got for my advice. I hope anybody out there like what I say, or leave me a comment and say you don't, or you don't know what the hell you talk about. I promise you I do, but you're welcome to argue otherwise.
Well, from my end, final thoughts, guys. We have been productive. Trust us. We know there's tons of stuff to watch. We gonna be watching it. Until next time, y'all make sure y'all watch these animes and keep it real. And shouts out to everybody at RippleCon and all the conventions and everything. Y'all going out there selling stuff and doing good things. From us to you, we're just saying thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, coming through, and peace.
Peace.